Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Today I've got a really busy day in the kitchen. We're making Seville orange marmalade for our old cookbook show Sunday morning. And this video should already be up, so I will link to it. And I'm just about to put it into the jars and can it, which means it's just gonna go wild in here in the next little while. I'm not gonna have a lot of space, but I still need to make dinner. So I'm going to make a one-pot mac and cheese, and in order to clear up some space on my stovetop, I'm going to cook it mostly in the oven. And the oven is one of those great ways of cooking something so you can cook it more gently. You don't have to watch it quite as diligently, and the whole thing just frees up space that you need here. So I put in some bacon, and I just want to fry that off until the bacon is almost crispy and has rendered out most of its fat. And this is just a riff on an earlier one-pot pasta that we've done on the channel, and I will link to that below as well. Okay, that looks about good for me. So next goes in one diced onion, and we just want to cook that off until the onion is softened. Which will happen pretty quickly. So I'm going to move right along to some garlic. I'll just get the garlic in there and stir that around just until it softens. You don't want the garlic to burn, obviously. Next in is some water and a couple of cups of milk. That comes up to a boil right away, really quickly. Throw the milk in. There we go. And I'm going to put in a can of sort of evaporated, partly skimmed evaporated milk. This is unsweetened, it's just evaporated. One of the things I've been playing with is evaporated milk, and the process of evaporating off all of the water from the milk, or a lot of the water from the milk, changes the proteins in the milk in a way that it interacts with other things differently. And it brings a really nice, smooth cheese sauce without a roux. Oh, I need to check the temperature of my orange marmalade. So, in this dish, the evaporated milk is going to help us make a really nice creamy cheese sauce without a roux. So I want to bring this back up to a boil. While that's boiling, I'm going to check my temperature over here. Okay, not quite ready yet. So, seasoning for this, it's a little bit of salt and some freshly ground black pepper. This is horseradish. So, just a couple tablespoons of horseradish. I think I got enough out of that bottle, so I don't need to open this one. And next in is some Dijon mustard. And Dijon, any mustard in any sauce just kind of brings a really nice flavor into the background. Okay, so we're up to a boil now. Need to watch that because there's milk in here. It can foam up really quickly. So, a couple tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Mix that in. And the pasta. Okay. Lid on and into the oven for about a half an hour. Stir it once at about the 15-minute point. At a half an hour, check to see how well the pasta is cooked. And then we'll move on to the next step. Here we go, everything at once. So the pasta is done. My orange marmalade, the stuff that's canning, or that we're canning to preserve, is in the hot water bath, and I've got a little bit left for my breakfast tomorrow. So in here is the pasta mixed with the milk and the water and everything else. And when I open this up and show it to you, it's going to look horrible. And you're going to be horrified, and you're going to go, oh, that looks terrible. Don't panic. It's going to be okay. As soon as we add the butter and cheese and stir it in, we're going to get a nice sauce. And part of that is also have some milk on standby so that you can thin it. cooking is as much an art as it is a science. And as much as I can tell you the amounts, you need to play it by ear when it comes right down to it. So I've got two types of cheese. I've got white cheddar because I like the flavor of white cheddar. And I have some Monterey Jack because Monterey Jack melts really well. So I'm going to grate both of those. I've just about got all the cheese grated. So I'm going to dot in the butter now. Just going to put it in here, put the lid back on. The residual heat of this pot and the pasta is going to stay warm for quite some time. Put the lid back on and just let that butter melt into the mixture as I continue to grate the cheese. Okay. Pull the lid off. Put in a handful of cheese and then just mix it around, mix it in.
Hey, it smells great in here, Glenn, but it's kind of incongruous because I see we've got some, but this doesn't seem to match.
So this is, no.
I'm just saying, this and this don't seem to match, even though I haven't looked inside.
So this is Seville orange marmalade.
This is not
No.
what I smell.
And
That's
so-
what I smell.
So that's one pot mac and cheese.
Oh, it smells good too,
Yes, and it was kind of
but not the same.
it was a last minute. I've got to get dinner ready. How am I going to do that? So I did it in the oven,
Okay.
which makes it really easy. I mean, it's all done in one pot. One pot oven pasta is probably.
It's got a lot of cheese in there, mister.
I did put a lot of cheese in.
Did you put some extra?
I did put a little extra. So doing it in the oven
Okay. Thank you.
takes pressure off of me being able to do stuff here.
Ah, true.
But it's, as with any one-pot pasta, where you're cooking the pasta in the pot with everything else,
There's a lot of it.
there's a lot of it, but it's also, you get a lot more of the starches left in. So it's always a little bit thicker. It's always a little bit clodgier. The sauce is never quite as good, but 90% of the time,
Tastes really good.
yeah.
I'm in.
You know, I think this rivals probably most stovetop mac and cheeses. And, okay, maybe not all of them. There are some really good ones.
I make a pretty good stovetop mac and cheese.
And there's a lot of other flavors. I did this with bacon, horseradish,
Okay.
mustard.
Oh, the horseradish.
Two-
That's a nice twist.
Two types of cheese. You could, instead of bacon, use chorizo, leave out the horseradish and put in pickled jalapenos and bring it in a completely different flavor realm.
And you could add peas. Spinach. Any other you could add?
If I hadn't been so busy, I would have put peas in there.
All those
Because
things.
I really like peas in there. So, I mean, it's not the creamiest sauce, but it is super cheesy and super flavorful. And on a quick weeknight meal, it's great.
There you go. Well then, I'm going to say I'm going to have one more bite, and then maybe we should transfer it out of this space, and,
We should probably go sit down and eat.
and then we can come back and have some jam.
Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.